was the only thing we could do. And then when we participate in something like that, we always give it everything we got, and we decided that okay, we're going and we're gonna win this.
Joel, were you also on board? You were like, let's do it, gung ho.
Yeah, we didn't have any other chances at that point because we had like two options. The first one to stay in the rehearsal place and wait for the pandemic to pass on, or go to television and Eurovision. So basically, that was an easy choice for us, and now we're here.
And did you guys have the song already written before UMK started, or did you write it specifically for UMK?
Dark Side was written, yeah, Dark Side was written way before any UMK thoughts. Like we were so frustrated about what was going on. Everything was cancelled, and we were pissed off at our rehearsal place. But then we realized that a lot of people all around the world must be feeling exactly the same way, and we wanted to make an anthem for people. Like when everything goes to shit, you don't want to hear songs about love and hope and other bullshit. You need a song to scream to, a song to put your middle fingers up and party. And we figured that people need that kind of song, and that's when we wrote Dark Side. And when the UMK thing came out, we knew Dark Side was the song to participate with.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So it's interesting to hear that the song may on stage, if someone's just flipping through the channels saying, "Oh, this is dark," but actually the message is very uplifting and inspiring.
Yeah, that's the main thing, that you can have a party in the darkness. You can just go to the dark side and have fun there. It's not about not about that negative things. It's like you can kind of get rid of that frustration and all that anxiety and just throw your middle fingers up and party like never before.
Awesome. And one lyric that has a lot of people on social media asking questions, I guess. You mentioned the 27 Club, which of course is popular musicians and actors and artists who have died at the age of 27. I guess, could you tell us about that lyric and how it fits in the song?
Well, like, the story behind that specific lyric was, like, it was always our dream to become rock stars. And then our founding member Joel turns 27, and then everything was cancelled. It felt like our dreams were ripped away from us. So that's kind of how that specific line ended up in the song. But I think many people are getting it pretty wrong. Like those guys are singing about suicide or stuff like that, and that's not true. Like, Blind Channel will never tell anyone to give up. Blind Channel tells you to get up and fucking fight. Join the dark side. Let's put up a party. If you're feeling bad, join us. Drink some Blind Channel. Let's have some fun. What we're basically saying, it's okay to say that I'm fucked up or I don't like myself or stuff like that. It's okay to feel like an outsider, but everybody's invited to the dark side, and we feel like it's important to be able to talk about things. It needs to be okay to say 27 Club without everybody losing their fucking minds.
Yeah. That's the correct answer.
It's interesting. So you hit 27, and the pandemic happens. Were you like, shit?
Yeah, I was pretty down at that point. It was last year, and I felt that. There's nothing to do anymore. It's gonna take a lot of years that I can be the rock star that I always wanted to be. But then it turned out that we can go to UMK and we can make the best song we've ever done. And that's what we did. And it was kind of a therapy for me to make Dark Side and get into this, because right now we're more popular than ever before. So things are turning out pretty well right now. And I have to thank the pandemic for this to happen. Even though it sounds so fucked up, but yeah, it's kind of true that we wouldn't be here without the pandemic.
Yeah, and your own belief, taking something ugly and making it something nice. So
yeah, that's the main one.
And now the name Blind Channel, I guess you set up the band. What is the name of that?
Like, the Blind Channel was on a list of names when I had a list of names, cool band names, and when the guys asked me to join, I was like, the idea behind Blind Channel was that all of us grew up watching music television channels, like music videos. Our favorite artists, Linkin Park, and all those bands, they had their music videos played on those channels. And then we all have felt like one day our music video is gonna play on those channels. But then when we finally got the band together and started working, those channels didn't exist anymore. It was just like reality TV and other boring stuff. Like there wasn't music anymore, and we felt like those were just blind channels to us. And then when I told the name to the guys immediately loved it, and maybe 1 hour later we already had a Facebook site.
Yeah, it sounded so great. It was like a really good description for the sound because it's kind of brings us back to the early 2000s, but it's still like new technology, like channels and everything like that. And I really like the name. It sounds pretty good. When you say blind channel, it sounds pretty good and it feels good on your mouth. I like it.
And Joel, I can't stop looking at your tattoos, forgive me. How many do you have?
Well, actually right now I have this one, and then I have the almost complete sleeve, which is gonna be completed on June. And there is also one detail, Spider-Man is there. It's got Spider-Man or Venom. I don't know which one it is, but it's something like that. So I have only three.
Really? We were all wondering, we were taking guesses on our blog team about what they were, and now we know.
and the black arm, it's not a tattoo. Many people were thinking about that, but it's not a tattoo yet.
In time. But
yeah.
You guys hit #1 in Finland with this song.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen on Spotify, you were also topping the Spotify lists. And this means you're not just reaching rock fans, you're reaching all types of people. You know, the Eurovision fans, you've got lots of LGBT people, lots of people into pop, lots of...
I had to say this, it was in front of me, so...
Really?
Yeah, you're right.
Are you surprised that you've been able to break out sort of a niche and reach everyone, really?
Oh, that was always the point. Like, that's why we call it violent pop, not violent rock. Like, that was the idea that it needs to be accessible for everyone. Like, taking the rock music to the mainstream audiences. Like, we don't want it to be exclusive to only metalheads or rock lovers or people like that. We want it to have catchy hooks. We want the songs to sound like you can dance to them. So it's accessible. There's something for everyone. And that was the mission from the beginning. And slowly but surely we're getting there. That feels really good.
Brilliant. And each of you brings such different things to the table. Could you give us some trivia or an unknown fact about each of you? Something we wouldn't know from the UMK website.
Well, right now I'm pretty huge Formula 1 fan. I've been watching the first race and trying to kind of find out all the details about the teams and drivers, and I'm kind of into that right now. And I have to thank that Netflix series that are going on. I'm really into that. It's kind of, I think Formula 1 is pretty similar to Eurovision. There's a lot of similarities.
Oh, I saw that man on fire in a recent episode.
That was pretty bad. Yeah, I saw that. It was insane. Like, he almost died, and then he walked out, and it was crazy.
Let's hope that doesn't happen to you in Rotterdam. Nico, what about you?
I was trying to pick something that I could bring to daylight. There are a lot of things that I'm never gonna say in the interviews. But yeah, well, talking about sports, I used to play football, but music kind of saved me from sports. Or at least I thought so. But then, you've seen our performance. I think it's a sport in itself.
Yeah,
that happens.
Far away from sports.
Yeah.
All the jumping on stage, I love that. Like I don't know who it is. I think it's two of the guitarists. They run across the stage and spin.
Yeah, it's really cardio all the time.
It's like choreography. It's like a dance show. It's fantastic. Two final questions for you. The first one is, have you filmed your live on tape performance, and how did it go?
Yeah, we filmed it, and actually it was filmed in Tampere when UMK happened. It was filmed on the same spot, but it's a little different than UMK, but not much. And also well, if you think about Eurovision show, it's kind of upgraded version of the UMK. So we're not going to a different dimension. We have the same line, but we're going up. So basically, yeah.
Cool. And a final question for you. You know, you've got all these new fans, not just in Finland, but all over Europe and the world. Could each of you give them a message, just something you want them to take away from your Eurovision journey?
Hi guys. Yeah, we love all our fans. Welcome to the dark side. The party's better up in the darkness. Throw your middle fingers up. Drink some blind channel. Let's have some fun.
Yeah. We need you more than ever in Rotterdam.
They are Nico and Joel, the two frontmen of Blind Channel, Finland's Eurovision 2021 act. Their song is Dark Side. You can listen to it on YouTube. Watch the performance right now. It is amazing. You guys, keep those in the after show. It was so nice to talk to you.